That's the main argument. You have to prove to me that I should submit to you. That's the argument online. What's y'all viewpoint on that argument?
I would say that first off, you got to be coachable for that, and I think a lot of women overestimate their ability to be coachable. Right? We got Michael Jordan walking here right now and show me how I need to practice jumping and dunking the ball. He has a 48-inch vertical. Mine is nowhere near that. It doesn't matter how much he teaches me. I'm incapable of climbing up to where he's trying to get me to climb up to, right? And instead of acknowledging that and just being, working on the stuff that I actually do well, if I try to continue to do that, then I'm gonna fail. I'm not gonna be the best player that I could possibly be. Yeah. Right. But I say that to say, like, you gotta be coachable. And a lot of women are not coachable, one, because they just don't respect men, I think, in this era that we in. You know what I mean? I think that's what it boils down to for a myriad of reasons. A lot of them that aren't their own, starting from the household, father not being there, not really having that strong male figure that they can follow, that they can just kick their feet up and know that he gonna take care of it, right? So she's always had to roll up her sleeves. She's always had to pick up that hammer. She's always had to step into a masculine role. So I think it's gonna be a transition to make when she run into a guy who is perfectly capable. You know what I mean? Because it's a lot of those guys out there too that's dealing with that. Like he has a track record of leadership. He has a track record of willing to learn her, willing to figure out how I can get her to be the best version of herself that she can be, right? But she's so, like, that's so foreign to her that she rebels it. So it's like, as a man, what am I to do in that scenario? I can give you the best leadership in the world. I can give you a play-by-play blueprint, black and white, zoomed in version of what needs to happen. But if you're not willing to read it, I don't have a chance. And regardless how good a leader I am, that's not going to change that. That's work you got to do on your own, and they don't want to take that kind of accountability.
I would probably 2 degrees of difference, but I agree. I almost agree with the women, which I think the phrase is done, but I almost agree. I agree in the sense that I think you absolutely can tell what type of man a leader is, and that you should be looking for a man to be a good leader prior to submitting to him.
Okay.
I think a part of the problem is that women, first of all, don't know what they're looking for. To say that they're not looking for the right evidence, then I would offer that a lot of women mean that they want a man to tame them as opposed to lead them. You've never healthily submitted to a man in your life. You've never had examples of healthy leadership. So you want a man to refine your position as opposed to you having been refined in your position by your own process. Right. So the first thing, when I say I don't think a lot of women, because of the pandering, know what to look for, you're looking for good fruit in that man's life. As Trill said, evidence. I can see that you stand on your square before getting intimately involved with you.
Come on.
I can see that. I can see generosity in your life before getting intimately involved with you. I can see patience in your life. I can see submission in your life. I can see your involvement in your community prior to getting intimately involved with you. But these are not the fruits that we telling women to look for. But then on top of that, shorty, can you make pie? Can you make cobbler? Can you can fruit? You ever cleaned a storehouse before? Hell, do you know the vinegar to water ratio when you go to clean the fruit? Because you asking me about bearing good fruit and you have no idea what to do